Oh, I wish I had to burp.
Hello and welcome to episode 175. Oh, dang it. I forgot to freaking mute myself again. And you told me, Kim, you told me, and I muted myself and I restarted the thing to check the number of the episode. And here we are. Delete all of that. Everyone just hi and welcome to episode 175 of Comedians Interviewing Musicians. My name is Becky Jo Neal, and this is my beautiful and talented co-host, Kim Stacy.
I wish I had to burp.
Oh, I told you so.
She did. And we are joined today by the lovely and welcome to Pauline Reese. Woo! Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Ow, ow. Howdy ho.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, that's crazy. This the 175th episode because that's actually my age in dog years. Yeah, crazy.
Stop!
It's the same as music years. Isn't that crazy? If you're a woman in music, like you just add 7,
That's hilarious.
True.
I know.
Oh my God, that's
A lot of light
with
here, guys.
comedians.
A lot of lights.
The same thing with comedians. I work with kids, and I tell you what, I had a kid last week who we had a bunch of kids, and they were like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, guess. And they're like, 150 at 300, something stupid. I had this little girl size me up, look me up and down, go 40. And I was like, excuse me? And she was like, you look like my friend's mom, and she's 40. I was like, well, she is fun and youthful because I am not 40. You're rude.
I mean, I always find it interesting too, because in like the acting world, like I'm almost 30, and I'm getting like the suggested auditions I'm getting put up for are like mother of a 12-year-old. I'm like, wait, hold up.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Like, it's not to say that, of course, teenage mothers and being a mom at 18 is nothing to be shameful about. No. But why do I have to be a 30-year-old mother of a 12-year-old, and then some 75-year-old man is going to play my husband? Like, why is that the thing?
How is that right? How is that right?
It's not.
Meanwhile, my dad is literally 12 years older than my mother. Shout out to mom and dad. Happy belated Father's Day. Anywhoozle. We are joined today by the incredibly talented Pauline Reese, a true country gal, Texas lady. We are super excited to have you, and you're a friend of the show because you've worked with several people who have been on here, Robin Mordecai being one of them. But thanks again. We have her Venmo and her PayPal on a ticker below. It is at Pauline Reese, REESE, no C's, an S. It's an S. So make sure you tip the right person. We found out earlier she has a twin somewhere. It was in the South somewhere, right? Yes.
No, it was up north. She was in like Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan, and a twin at 70.
Yeah, same birthday, same name. Terrifying. Do not mix it up. Do you have a favorite? We forgot to ask you this. Do you have a favorite emoji, Pauline?
Ooh, I think my favorite is the peach, because
I love the peach.
That's what everybody called me when I was a kid, was peaches. For they're like, where did that come from? Where did that come from? I could jump really high. I'm just saying that. I don't know. There's a lot going on back there.
I was gonna say, I was like, are we talking about butt stuff?
Yeah, we're talking about
okay,
butt
great.
Stuff. Yeah. Well,
I was like, are we doing like a cute like South Georgia peaches kind of thing? And I was like, no, we're talking about butt stuff.
No, I'm a Texan. It's just, I think there might have been maybe Macon County, Georgia, there was a plantation back there. It's all I'm gonna say.
And that's on historical generational trauma. But if you would like to support Pauline today, you can. We have our guests and listeners tip with someone's car alarm's going off. Hope it's not mine. I'm broke. What are you going to steal from me? We're going to have them, when they tip you on Venmo or PayPal, use a fist bump emoji and the peach emoji so that you can track your tips. Because obviously most of our listeners will not listen to this live stream. They will listen later. So we want to make sure, every time you get a fist bump and a peach, that somebody from Music Firsthand is loving on you. So please be sure to tip Pauline at Pauline Reese. The ticker is down below on Venmo and PayPal. With a fist bump.
Pauline Reese from Michigan.
My
Venmo you.
My other favorite emoji is the little flag that everybody mistakes for the Texas flag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think it's like Panama's flag or something.
It is. It's so great when people post it. They're like, "Happy Texas Independence Day!" Boom, 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 and it's like, well, that's Panama. So
yeah, we're not Texas flag emoji. It's really, I mean,
I would love that. It's like Merry Christmas instead of a snowball, it's an egg.
yeah.
Easter, Easter, Easter.
oh, this is hilarious. People have like straight up Googled like, why is no Texas emoji?
Oh no.
It's true.
Like,
why no useful sentences?
why no public education?
Yeah.
We'd like to thank our patrons and sponsors and everyone listening today. Thank you again. Even if you are a Texan who can't spell or that's fine. We still love you. And we are about to pump our Patreon full of good content this next month. So be sure you tell all your friends to join, like, and subscribe. And we've got some good shit coming. So stay tuned. Thanks again. Oh, nope. I'm reading comments in the live and I just saw a fist bump with a peach and I was like,
can I thank one of my sponsors? Is that
please,
okay?
please.
Who's
I'm going to thank
one of the sponsors?
Los Pinos Ranch.
Ooh!
Yeah. They are in Pittsburgh, Texas. It's a winery up there and they keep me happy. No, what's really fun, since this is a comedians interviewing musicians thing and I can kind of like really let loose a little bit, I always tell people, would you like to try my Pinos?
Hey.
You want what?
I like it.
It's always better with two.
I like two Pinos.
I mean,
Los
agreed.
Pinos. 2 pints.
Yeah. Are we still talking about peach stuff?
We're talking about pine trees.
Kimberly.
About that stuff still?
Well, I do want to talk about, you have an album coming out and you had a hiccup with its release. So would you like to tell us about the album and how we can support it and get there?
Did you just hear my Alexa?
No.
She's just asking me, do you want to chat with an Alexa bot? Do you want to I'm like, what are you talking about? I literally said butt stuff and then she was like, hello?
Well, we know what Kimberly Googles now.
Sorry. I just heard this woman behind me and I was like, hi?
Someone here?
Hello? It's
Hello?
Close set. Close set.
There's 2 Los Pinos. The winery is in Pittsburgh, Texas, which is actually where I'm from. And then they have a tasting room in Fredericksburg. So close to the peaches.
Chris is about to tag them, so go show some love to them.
Tag them. Sorry.
Tag.
Continue. Continue with the show before somebody was rude. Can't have. What were you saying, Becky Jo? I was just like,
Yeah, no, just tell us about the album you've got coming out and how people can support it.
yeah.
Well, I have an album with 11 or 12 songs, depending on whether or not this band that agreed to let me cut one of their tunes is going to actually let me cut one of their tunes, even though I already cut it.
Come on, band.
I know, they're young and they have giant egos the size of my peach, and I cut it. I spent $5,000 on this single, and then they were like, "Well, you changed this word from him to her," and I was like, "That really bothers you? I mean, how else am I going to sing it? You know, I can't sing it that way." So, anyways, could be 12 songs, but it's 11 songs. It's some of the best material I've ever written, in my opinion. I don't know what the crowd's going to feel like, or people out there listening, but I think it's the best album I've ever had. And I think it's because I've been through so many things in my life over the last 28 years of being in the music business that all my friends were right. They were like, hey, you have to live it to write about it. And boy, have I lived it.
You really have.
Yeah,
Like,
you have totally social media stalked me and seen all
well,
of it.
yeah, but you also have a lot of it, which I want to commend you. Also, is that you have it right on your
Totally
bio.
social media stalked.
So, there it is. So if you go to Pauline's website, just right on her bio, she talks about her very incredible life's journey. And it made me feel closer to you. And that made the music even more so special. So I want to commend you for being so honest and open with yourself and putting that out there, just like automatically for people to read and understand who you are as a person and an artist.
Amen.
Well, I just didn't want to be another blonde bimbo. That's all.
Yeah, and also like take the bimbo out of it and the blonde, because we heard that you like to dye your hair sometimes.
I do
like
dye my hair a bit. Where are we going here? We having coffee talk now?
Oh my God. I just want to talk about your hair, because right now you're giving me Elsa fierceness, but you want to just do whatever.
Hey, there were some girls and they just wanted to have the same hair color and the same cut. So I was like, F it. I'm going to dye it blue. Follow this.
Yes!
You want to copy my stuff? You want to copy me with everything I do? Copy this.
There you'll go. Yeah.
She said, I see you, Brittany, in 2007. I raise you of their existential crisis at me.
That's right. And then the funny part is I could not get the blue out. I used that color ion and it does not come out at all. And I was like, okay, I want to go blonde again. This is not working. And then I got so frustrated with it not coming out. I just dyed my hair like super dark brunette. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, great. Now I just look like my sister. And so finally,
your sister's like, what the hell? I thought I looked cute.
She does. It's just that she's the brunette in the family. You know what I mean? And I look like her twin. And so we can't walk. We walk into a place and there was like, your sister's over there. And I'm like, how do you know my sister? Like, we don't. You are her twin.
You're wearing her face.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right. I'm wearing her face.
Yeah.
I love
Becky
it.
Joe and I get that all the time.
All the time.
So
look like
shout out to my hairstylist, Lisa at Twist in Marble Falls, who finally got me back. Ironically, I've been working on getting me back for the last year and a half, almost 2 years now. So, yeah, I'm
killed it.
You're in your company right now, ladies. I'm honored. Really, this is fun.
Stop! I love this. This show is going to be 7 hours long. It's just going to be talking about how much we love each other and how fun this is.
Every hour the zipper gets lower.
Yeah. And then like finally it's just like I'm just wearing curtains on either side. It's just completely open. It's just draped.
He just sort of like whisks by like, ooh, there's a boob. Ooh, there's some fly. It works out like that. Oh, I do. Before we get into the first song, I do really, we have to talk about Willie.
Okay.
Never heard.
We got to talk about Willie, and please tell us the exciting news you have with the Duke of Country himself. I don't know, what is his nickname? Does he have a nickname? Is he like the Prince of something? The Duke is
Redheaded Stranger.
Redheaded Stranger.
Yeah, it's one of his albums. Yeah.
Okay, I should know that, but
hot.
Please tell us about your collaboration with Willie and what you've got cooking with that.
Go turn on.
Well, so this was actually 3 years ago that this happened. I had a song idea and I sent him a text and I said, hey, I have this song idea. And I just really think that you
sent him a text.
Like, oh, I don't have Willie Nelson's phone number. That's not normal, Pauline. That's cool as hell.
I grew up around that family. Okay. So my mentor was Freddie Powers and Sonny Throckmorton and a lot of these songwriters in Austin. And so, they just supported my career and got to meet him when I was 15. And, you know, I was always I would never kiss his ass. Everybody else is like, Mr. Nelson and, oh, really? Or they would ask him for money. And I would get on his bus and be like, hey, blow the other way, please. Dear Lord.
That's so good.
And like, hey, somebody asked him for money. I remember this one time. They're like, I just need $10,000. And if you could spare that, whatever. And I was like, I could not believe this person was doing that. and everybody had to get off the bus. And they told me, just stay there, you can stay. So I sat there and I said, hey, I've been meaning to ask you for something too. You know, like he was about to be like, all right, you get off the bus too. And I was like, can I have a cup of coffee? Is that cool?
Right.
Because so I think that's why I was always allowed to just hang around, because I never wanted anything but the experience. You know, I want to learn how to write from him, learn how to be with my audience and family, and how all that worked. How did this work for him? You know, I want the real story. So I respected that. And so anyway, so I texted him and I said, hey, I got this song idea. And he said, send it to me. Send me what you have. So I sent him the lyrics. I sent him the melody, and he said, I love it. I'm going to work on it. So I'm like, ooh, I get to co-write with Willie. And so about a month goes by, and I didn't hear anything. And I was hanging out with Mike Mark Murphy's son, Ryan, and I showed him the song, and I was like, man, I think you and I'm kind of inspired right now. I think we can finish it. And he said, well, what about this? What about that? Gave me a couple things to kind of tie up some loose ends. And then that was it. So I sent it to him and I said, here it is. I said, if you want to add anything, I'm slapping your name on there, because that'd be awesome. He said, no, it's perfect. I like it the way it is. Let's cut it as a duet. And
No.
so, yeah. So I was like, yay. And so we cut it. And then he called me one day. I'll never forget. I was working out, and he lived at the time 8 miles from my house, and or his Spicewood house was not far. And I was working out, and he called me with a friend of his. They were playing poker. And he goes, hey, I've been listening to this song, and I want to put it on one of my albums. And I was like, yes, I can get my catalog. And so I was like, I'm so excited and so happy. I'm just going to run to your house and give you a hug right now. Like, open the gate, I'm coming. And so then some time went by, and his producers, they pick what goes on his albums, and he kept pushing. And I know he did, because he would send me the email, and it just never got on one, because Ray Price died, then Merle died, and so they had to do all this duet stuff, and then they had a Gershwin record, and then it was one thing after another. So it's still sitting there. He said, why don't you put on your album? I said, because I won't have a Cadillac. I don't want to drive a Toyota the rest of my life. I can't fit my band in there.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? Whatever he says goes. He kind of knows what he's doing. And so I was like, all right, I'm just going to trust in God on this, God and Willie, you know? They're like,
Same.
And so I put it on my album, and then I was going to release it. I released one single, got on the road, and I was literally outside the town where I was born in Northeast Texas, and my car broke down. Engine gone. Then I was like, okay, well, we picked that up. We got the engine replaced. You know, I finished the tour in my friend's rodeo car with my daughter, who thought there were mice in the back because the shocks were so squeaky. And then my van engine went out. And then my transmission went out after I got the engine fixed. And my van is literally sitting at a dealership right now with no transmission. So I was like, okay, all right, maybe now's not the time. I've got it. I'll just wait. And then COVID happened. And then during COVID, I went through a divorce with my second husband. Because you have to have at least two if you want to know what you're singing about in country music, by the way.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a package thing. Yeah,
it's a package deal. And so I divorced my husband over COVID, and then my girls and I moved to a little town in Texas called Dripping Springs. And I'm just single mom. I put the sing in single, y'all.
Hey,
yes!
Single. And we're about to ring.
I'm a single.
My coworker, Kim, you'll appreciate it. My coworker Billy just discovered Lizzo like the other day.
Excuse me?
If you haven't discovered Lizzo yet, highly recommend her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Billy.
I'm Lizzo'd out because that's all my 10-year-old wants to listen to.
Yes, that was the last show I went to, was ACL, to see Lizzo before pre-pandemic. That was the last like major concert I went to.
Yeah, I want to take them so bad.
Right.
There's probably some highly inappropriate stuff going on, but you know.
I mean, I will not say that I was on drugs that was given to me by a gay gynecologist that my work wife met in line at a barbecue place. But those things do happen at ACL. Stay
I
safe.
think that's a wonderful segue for a song.
Agreed. We're going to hear the first song from Miss Pauline Reese. If you're having a good time, please tip on Venmo and PayPal. Or if you're having a fun time and want to support the show, join us on Patreon. It'll be fun. Here's Pauline Reese with her first song, Enjoy.
Well, I think I'm going to go a little bit old school right here for you guys. This is a tune that I wrote when I was 18 years old, so just 10 years ago now. And yeah, I hear those. I hear it. So this is a song that I wrote when I was 18. It was the first #1 for any female in Texas country music. And I wrote it with my buddy, Marcus Kennedy. It's a song about a ghost on the trail to Monterrey, Mexico. And I just wanted to be different, you know? Everybody was singing the same style of songs, and kind of wardrobe malfunction going on there. Everybody was singing the same type of songs, and I just wanted to be really different. And when you hear it on the radio, you go, what is that? So that's kind of the concept. And I also like Marty Robbins. He was an inspiration for me. And so it's kind of got that flair. Here's a story known to many about a road to Mexico. It's told to every cowboy riding out El Paso. If you go below the border, you can take the road by day. Don't get caught at sundown on the trail to Monterey. Now the year was 1836 at the Alamo, where a gang of Texas rebels fought a war in San Antonio. Many a grave now bears the name of the dead where they lay, but the ghost on lost hombre rides the trail to Monterey. Some say that he rides a religious fallen country. Some say that he rides for a debt he never paid. But the only souls that know, they lie in Mexico. You can hear them, they tell a story of long ago. So beware, all you renegades, outlaws, rangers too. If you ride the haunted path, you'll find this story's true. No one's ever seen him, no one knows his name. Down below the border, there's a ghost that rides the range. Some say that he rides a religious fallen country. Some say he rides for a debt he never paid. But the only souls that know, they lie in Mexico. You can hear them, they tell a story of long ago. By the trail we've been helping, the trail to Monterey.
Hell yeah!
Hot damn, Mom.
My dog was like, who's yelling? Are we in
Screaming at me.
If you're just joining us, we are here live with the incredible Pauline Reese. Thanks again for your time. We really appreciate it. We are having so much fun. If you're having fun, please tip her with the fist bump and the peach so you know that it's real. This is Kimberly's sediment.
Yeah, sedimentary.
Take it away. I've lost my words.
Woo! We were talking earlier that I went down, tried to go as far back as I could on your Instagram because you have like 5,000 posts. So I went all the way down to 2013. I did a little bit of digging. And then we talked about it. You are gluten-free like I am. And I like to talk about it any chance I get because people are like,
it's true.
Gluten-free. Like, no, I can't have bread. Let me talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, yes, you made did you make a gluten-free cookbook?
I did. Yeah, I have it's called Texas to Your Table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the recipes in there?
So it's all based around home cooked, home style food, right? Because everybody's like, oh, gluten-free is gross. And I'm like, yeah, it can be. Absolutely. If you find the wrong stuff. And if you don't use the right flour, you just have to find the right baking materials, and you have to find the right, if you want to just buy a loaf of bread, you have to find the right one. You can't just go grab one and go, oh, gluten-free. Oh, that's gross. That's like grabbing, some sort of off generic brand like my parents used to buy when I was little, by the way. It's like the black and white. Does anybody remember that?
Yep.
And then comparing it to the real thing. It's like, oh, I don't like this cereal. I don't like, Cocoa Puffs because they're generic. Well, you got to try the brand.
You mean chocolate balls?
Chocolate balls.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Get a big old bowl of chocolate balls. Like,
hey,
Cocoa Puffs.
Go to Grandma and Grandpa's house and get you some of Grandpa's Cocoa Balls. What?
I'm sorry.
I want
Hello?
Cocoa Puffs.
I'm calling CPS. That's it.
Exactly. I don't want to. I don't like going there.
No. So I wanted to prove to everybody that you could make gluten-free good. And so I have like a recipe for biscuits and gravy, fried.
Like the most gluten-filled thing that you can have.
And the great thing is you don't feel like you need a nap when you're done.
That's the other thing about it.
Yeah. Exactly. It's wonderful. And there's pastas out there and all kinds of things you can do. I mean, pie crust.
What are your favorite gluten-free things to make?
To make probably the biscuits and gravy. Yeah. Cause I really like making that, the Cracker Barrel gravy that has the red eye gravy. I'm so hungry.
Oh my God.
I'm
so hungry.
I didn't show everybody else.
Get your chips.
This is my dinner right here. That's it.
But that's the regular brand.
I don't.
How do you stay in shape? I don't know. A bag of chips.
Woo!
And running
people are like anybody else. Okay?
Yeah.
They put their hands in a bag of chips 2 hands at a time.
They're just like us.
That's
They're
right.
just like us. Yeah. And that was Ruffles, not Wavy Waves.
Right. It wasn't Wavy Waves.
Not some Wavy Waves. It's some real brand shit.
I used to have to put the real, like the generic stuff into the real brand of cereal boxes because I was embarrassed. Every now and then my mom would get like the real Lucky Charms, and then we get the generic stuff the rest of the time. So I'd like save boxes in my room, in my closet, and then she'd get the generic crap and my friends were coming over for the weekend. I'm like, really? Really? When my friends come, you get the black and white box that says Lucky Symbols.
Yeah.
No. And so I would put it into the Lucky Charms box and my friends would be like, what's this weird tornado thing, this elephant thing?
Why is my milk glue?
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, that's the special edition Lucky Charms. Yeah. My mom.
God bless your one friend who looked at the expiration date on the box. And like, hey, I'm not going to partake in this because it's expired 3 years ago.
I got caught with my shoes. Yeah, because you remember when Keds were a thing?
Oh yeah, kids are still a thing. I have like so many kids.
She's like, I have Keds on right now.
Yeah, my kids right now.
Well, I had the generic Keds from Walmart that didn't have anything on them, right? Had the yellow on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this isn't gonna work. And so we went to a store and I peeled that little Keds logo off of 2 of them and I hot glued it onto my generic Keds, y'all. Yeah. And I went to school. I was like, what's up? What's up? I was like,
No kids.
It was like very awkward. I was like, hey, have you guys ever seen Royal Dancer? Hey, where's aren't we going to science? It's over there.
Yes, point with your foot.
The one girl caught me in PE class. Bitch. I took them off. You have to switch shoes to change your clothes or whatever. She was like, those aren't kids. I was like, you're the devil. You're Satan. You're Satan. Right.
Those aren't kids. A $20 pair of shoes that is arguably comparably priced to this $5 kids. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it was terrible. But
it's not like they were Yeezys.
Payback came because I got cheerleader in 6th grade and she didn't make it.
Yeah. Yay! Mean Girls don't get to win. Yay!
Like, I got cheerleader and she got hit by a bus.
Yeah. Then I was like, check out these Adidas that came with my cheerleading thing.
Yeah.
Adidas.
You got cheerleader. She got potentially pregnant on prom night.
I think she did. Actually,
Rachel Hyatt says, my grandparents always had generic with love, like big love in their eyes emojis / calling CPS / I had no idea your cookbook was gluten-free / these guys are so funny. Rachel, thank you.
Yes, I hope that was all one run on.
It was
sentence.
all one sentence.
I love it. That's how I think.
/
Yes.
Sorry, Kim.
Also this.
Mercy says, back to you.
Singer, songwriter, friend of mine. And
yes.
She knows the real me. She knows that I'm like this all the time.
Yeah. Yes. It sounds like she's in the same pod as us.
Yes.
We kind of we're touching upon it, but I want to know what is the most country thing you have done. And we don't have to specify it in your life. We can narrow it down to this year.
This is tough. Okay. All right. So there's a couple that just popped up in my head.
Yes, I love it.
One is my friends with the crane created a rope swing, and they were swinging us from one little island in their pond out into the tank, right? And it was one of the most painful things I've ever experienced because when I landed, it slapped me on the pond in the water so hard. I was like, maybe this is a bad idea.
Oh my God. The slap heard around the world.
Yeah. CPS again. Oh my God.
Hashtag bruised peach. It hurt, y'all.
Bruised peach. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so other thing was I was going through my first divorce and I had a show in Port Aransas at a place down there, a bar, and all my friends came down to celebrate because it was not a good marriage. They all knew it. They all saw what was going on, and bunch of fans, bunch of friends, big band show. And so all my friends went down to the beach with us. And it happened to be one of those weird nights. It was just one of those perfect nights where the clothing donation box was there. And I was like, hey, y'all, let's donate our clothing to people who need it more than us. Woo! All right. So first we donate our clothing. Then there was this weird algae that was in the ocean, that glowing algae. Have you heard of it? So that was going on. And we all had, we had our bras and underwear on, by the way. I just want to clarify in case my mom is downstairs watching this show. She's going to come up here and turn it off. That's it. You're done.
Not another second.
And so we swim for a little while. My brother is there, my little brother. Do either of you have a little brother?
I have an older
sister.
brother.
Okay, very similar. I think more annoying. because they don't get older sisters. You know what I mean? At least the little sister's like, so what? I borrowed your mascara. So what?
Right.
Brother, I just took your mascara and I put it all over the wall.
I do that with my brother. I borrowed your mascara. So what?
So we decide that we're going to leave. And then my brother pulls up next to me in his truck. And I'm from East Texas, right? And I drive me some trucks. Okay.
Yes.
He pulls up next to me and he does the rev it up thing. He's like, and I'm like, oh, really, prick? I've been driving way longer than at least 3 years. And so we take off and we are racing on the beach. And then we proceed to do a few donuts on the beach. And the cops pull up next to us.
Loved you.
And they were like, what are you guys doing? Well, my friend in the back is Kelly. He's from Alice, Texas, and he owns Dairy Burger, y'all.
Come on, dear.
Woo!
Yeah, the name of his ranch is Las Palmas. And he goes, I said, well, we're looking for palm trees for his ranch. And then he goes, the name of my ranch is Las Palmas. And we think we are so funny. We just bust out laughing. And I'm like, you know, if I'm going to get in trouble, I'm going to get in trouble. But I hadn't been drinking. That's the ironic part. And so I was like, yeah, arrest me for what? Doing donuts? What are you going to do? And and so he ends up just giving us a little warning and we go about our way. Well, 7 years goes by and all of a sudden I get this warrant for my arrest. Taking my children to school. And this guy pulls me over for speeding 10 over. And he says, I'm sorry, ma'am, I have a warrant for your arrest. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And I'm like in my pajamas, you know?
You're like Pauline in Michigan. She's done messed up somewhere in Texas.
She's 70. And so I said, look, if you're going to arrest me with my 2 kids in the car and take me down to Port Aransas right now, fine. But if not, I really need to get them to school so they can have breakfast and then you can do whatever it is you're going to do. I said, look at what it is on that warrant, doing donuts on the beach. Do I look like an outlaw to you? And so he was a kid. He was probably like 23. Hold on, because I want to show them this. Your
daughter's like, don't tell him everything. Don't tell him everything.
And so he ends up saying, okay, well, I'm going to let you go, but you need to take care of that. And I said, I will. It's the first I've heard of it. Well, it turns out a file folder flipped over and they were like, oh, we didn't take care of this. And Port Aransas needs a little extra cash. So I went down there, paid them $500 and they were like, yeah, thanks. And I played an event. We called it Donut Fest to raise money for the police officers, Port Aransas. Look, this is my daughter, Henley. She just made me a gluten-free meal. Look how cute this is.
Oh my God.
Henley, it's beautiful. Good job, Henley.
Gluten-free crepes
Oh,
with
great.
strawberries and carrots and cucumbers with ranch or green goddess. It's all green. Oh, look.
Oh my God.
That's really sweet. Way to go, Henley. Oh, that's so kind.
Come say hi. Here she is.
Hi.
Hi, Henley.
Good
Hi.
job. 10
Thank
out of 10. Recommend.
Very talented.
Good
Does
job.
your like? I live.
All right.
So
I
cute.
have one more question. This is the one that I went down 2013 in December 16th of 2013. Do you remember what you posted? Of course you do. Okay, so it was Fort Worth and 95.9 The Ranch. And
Okay.
you are sitting on some kind of thing and there was a comment that said, were you in a parade? And so my thought was, if you made a parade float that represented your life, what would be on it / what would it look like?
Ooh, great question, Kim.
Gosh. Wow. So I would probably put my band on there.
Yes,
Just straight up. Gotta do that.
absolutely.
I'd probably have like an old school 1960s truck, turquoise,
Yes.
pulling my float. Okay.
Yes.
And then like, I guess I'd have my band on the float, and then I would have probably some peaches for decoration, you know.
Can I please just wear a giant peach costume?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And Grammys. That's my goal. Put some
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Covered.
Uh-huh.
Manifest destiny.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Manifest it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what else. I'd probably shoot money out of cannons. You know,
Yes.
I love that. You know,
Yes, money
because if I
cannon.
could, and we're talking like theoretical. Be like, I love my friends. Thanks for supporting me. Here's some money.
It's just Spectrum coupons. You're just shooting Spectrum coupons out like
It's just loose change.
loose change. You're gonna hurt somebody.
It's just like, oh my God. Is that a 1956 penny? What the hell?
I'm gonna pick that up and save that for later. No, actually, we do have to shout out Miss Claudia Kulaga, who is watching. Is she on your patio, Chris? Watching this? Yes, Claudia is on dog duty with music first and second puppers, Saxon and Matcha. She always makes sure that they stay quiet and out of Dad's way while we're working. But we love you, Claudia. We want to tell you, happy belated Father's Day. We love you.
Wait, what?
That's just where I wanted to go with it. Chris wanted us to tell his wife hello. I said hello. She's amazing.
As saying, happy belated Flag Day.
Oh yeah, you know, because Halloween's coming up. I
don't know about you, but I'm still wearing white. It's Labor Day. Well,
oh yeah, Rachel. Thanks again to Rachel Hyatt for like commenting. She's just laughing. She's just laugh reacting, and
I love it because we don't get that
so sweet
these shows.
I love it. Well, when we have real life shows,
comment what she laughed at, and like, was it at me, and what joke made her laugh the most?
Definitely at you. It's definitely.
I'm definitely charting that behind this curtain. I'm charting my jokes.
What if though? Alexa's like, what jokes?
I'm sorry, you don't have any of those. I know, Alexa.
If I say something, will it pick up on your Alexa?
Well, you're in my ear, technically.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, shit. I was like, mine's unplugged because power.
I'm sorry, I don't know that. She said it. She answered. Oh, my God.
She did?
911.
Oh, shit.
I don't know that. After you're like, can she hear me? And she goes, sorry, I don't know that. I was like, you're right, we're gonna control, Chris.
Kimberly, yeah, do a little 2-song intro. Take it away, my babes.
Oh, Chris told us that we have to stop talking and listen to music because apparently this show is also about musicians. But we're having so much fun. Here's some music. 2 more songs.
Take it away, Pauline.
From Pauline Reese.
Don't go. I'm gonna miss you guys. Don't leave me.
We miss you already.
All right. There we go. I didn't really think this through. I thought we were gonna do like 2 songs, and then you're like, oh, 4 or 5 or 20. So I'm like, oh, all right. It's the full set, you guys. All right. I'm going to kick it off with a tune that I wrote for Michael Martin Murphey and his band because I guess it's been 5 years ago. I had a traumatic experience, and I had a miscarriage with my 3rd child and ended up having blood loss of over half of my body. And ended up having a little stroke. And I say little because a lot of people have been a lot worse than I was, but I couldn't understand speech when I came out of it, and had trouble understanding people, and had massive migraines. And I've had migraines before. This was beyond migraine. This was like, somebody please shoot me migraine. And so Michael Martin Murphey was nice enough to call and say, hey, you know, you need to, if you're up for it and your husband approves, who's now my ex-husband, then let's get out on the road and play some music. And so I told him, well, I can't be around my children because I can't be around the noise. I can't be around light. I couldn't read. So I said, I think the best thing for me would be to get on the road and play music. And so I ended up writing this song because his bass player, Gary Roller, has always had a feather hanging from his bass. And I always loved that about him. And we were at the Quahati Museum, and I got this from them. It's my dream catcher. And it's to remind me to always follow my dreams in spite of the hard roads and the hard times that I have experienced. So I wrote this song in honor of all of that. It's called Dream Catcher. As you sleep on your pillow, while the stars shine in the sky, rising through the windows, and you feel like you can fly. There's a place high in the mountains where a horse runs free and wild. On the water, you travel swiftly where dreams can come alive. You must walk the road not taken. You can't see for tears you've cried. Even when your heart is breaking, ride, dream catcher, ride. There are shadows that surround you, whispers in the night. Dream catcher, she keeps on running too high into the light. You must walk the road not taken. You can't see for tears you cried. Even when your heart is breaking, ride, dream catcher, ride. There are shadows that surround you, whispers in the night. Dream catcher, she keeps on running too high into the light. You must walk the road not taken. You can't see for tears you cried. Even when your heart is breaking, ride, dream catcher, ride. Ride. So that is on the latest album, and I hope that we can get that out to you guys. I am releasing it this year, and you can find it on paulinereese.com, Spotify, I believe it's now out on Spotify, thank goodness. Some of the songs, I believe this one's out there. I'm going to play another one off that album. So after that incident happened, I realized that there were things in life that I could control, which all of us try to control. We think we're in charge, and we're not. And only God is in charge, or whatever source you believe in is in charge of our lives, as much as we try to be. And so this song I wrote with my buddy Waylon Payne, who's back out on the road touring again. So check him out as well. And this was a song for my daughters to carry on traditions, to carry on things that you've learned from your mom and your dad, and to respect where you came from. Also to know that even if I didn't make it and I wasn't here, that I would always be with them, no matter if I wasn't here physically, I would be there spiritually for them. And so it's called Sweetgrass. And Kimberly, it has nothing to do with Willie Nelson, okay? I just want to, not that kind of grass, okay? See what you've seen through your eyes. The sweet grass sways and the eagle flies. Work this place, plow this land. The sweat of your brow and the toil of your hands. And you've marked it with your graves. Sweetgrass waves, sweetgrass waves. Blood's been spilled and hearts poured out, and tears of rain through the cold and the drought. But the seeds of hope I now hold. It's up to me to make them grow, and I'll see my babies raised where the sweetgrass waves, where the sweetgrass waves. Last sun sets, the angels come. The plow stands still, but there's work to be done. And the ground is rich, and the roots are strong. And as long as you're here, we'll carry it on. We'll carry it on, and I always will remain where the sweetgrass waves, where the sweetgrass waves, where the sweetgrass waves. Ooh.
Hell yes. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is episode 175 of Comedians and Musicians. Oh, Kim made a costume change.
Oh,
I
hey,
got these
Reba.
amazing suits from Amazon, and I was trying them on as I listened to Pauline Reese sing, and I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm doing this now."
Hell yeah, sister. They look great.
Yeah, it's a little mesh.
Little mesh moment.
Mesh.
Your microphone likes it. Your microphone likes that mesh.
Calm down. Family show.
This is a family show. And if you're having a good old family time, please tip Pauline Reese. It's REESE on Venmo with a fist bump and a peach so that she knows it's real and you listen to this episode. We're going to play a really quick game before we head on out of here. I had a whole ass game planned, and then the pre-show happened, and then we had a moment. And we were talking about country artists that are like, maybe like I thought because I'm an uncultured swine when it comes to country artists. In my head, I was like, oh yeah, Casey Musgraves like makes her whole brand on like not being country, but being country. And you said she was what?
I said she was Electric Petticoat.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And it's so true. And you had a little please give us the historical anecdote with this, because this is also too good.
Okay, so you were asking me about Casey Musgraves and how would you describe her? I said, man, Electric Petticoat, because when we were kids, we used to do the Billy White show. It was like an Opry show, and I came in all cowgirl out because that's how I grew up, and that's who I am at my core. I know how to rope, I know how to ride. I don't just wear the hat, y'all. And she had on petticoats, and she was doing, I want to be a cowboy sweetheart. Well, what I respect about her is that she took that whole thing that I didn't see it as something you could market, right? She took that and electrified it. And so now in my mind, I have this whole electric petticoat thing going on. And for me personally, I grew up, for me, petticoats represent church. Okay. That meant that I had to get dressed in pantyhose, y'all, and not my kids. I couldn't wear my kids, but I had to wear my nice little, glossy patent leather shoes and my pantyhose and my petticoat. I'm like, oh girl, I can't. I'm going to stay in my Levi's. Okay.
Right. It's like no shade. We're just from different places. That's totally fair. Like all petticoats are valid. They're all valid. But it inspired me. I was going to quiz you on the top 50 worst, in quotes, country music songs of all time based on a listicle from some schmuck from some listicle website, but it inspired me we're going to play a little name game. I'm going to have you pick a number between 1 and 11. We're going to make some fake country genres up is what we're going to do. We're going to make some fake country genres. And then based on the amalgamation of words that you select, I'm going to have you tell me your favorite country music artist that maybe sort of represents this. We're flying by the seat of our pants here, people. This is improv.
I love it.
So
come on, improv queen. And there goes a cattail. Anybody? No.
A cattail. Celine Dion.
Hey. Excuse me, I'm doing a show. Thank you so much.
What's happening?
Honestly, it's kind of a miracle that it wasn't a butthole. We've seen Celine Dion's butt many a time on the pod. Okay, so I'm gonna have you. I'm trying to figure out the fastest way to do this. I have verbs and then I have nouns, but I have 11 of each. Maybe I just go down. We'll just do 7. So we'll go down 1 to 7. Give me a number between 1. Give me 7 numbers in between 1 and 11. Is this
7
harder?
numbers in between 1 and 11. Okay.
Okay, go.
2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, and 4.
Hell yeah.
Nailed it.
Perfect. Okay. So then I will.
That was the hardest math quiz we've ever had on this show.
Truly, honestly, I can't count for shit.
I'm still trying to figure out what you asked.
Kimberly, you do the same. Give me 7 numbers in between 1 and 11.
Okay. 7.
Like I need to get smart.
5.
Right
8.
There we go.
12.
There.
24.
Smarter?
Cookie.
Smarter?
and 3.
Okay.
Nailed it. Okay, great.
So let's play this. I don't actually need these glasses. I just think they look sexy. So
They
Okay,
do.
wait,
You look,
I'm
you
gonna
look
do the
beautiful.
opposite. I
okay,
can't see what the hell is going on, but I feel gorgeous.
let's go.
All right. The first band is called Hellbent Whiskey. Do you know an artist that should be called Hellbent Whiskey?
Hellbent whiskey. I would say Co-Wetzel should be Hellbent whiskey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love that.
Best of 5.
Hellbent whiskey.
And
That's
which he's
so
also-
hot.
He's also from Pittsburgh, Texas, where I'm from. East Texas, crazy people.
Good.
Shout out to East Texas. This next
Hey,
one
we
is
had to be creative, y'all, because we only had 4 TV channels. You know what I mean?
you have to make your own entertainment. Kim and I are comedians. We're more than familiar with that. you got to make your own entertainment because these people are not going to give it to you.
Never talk to myself. Never, not once.
Never, not once. I have a work friend who once asked me if I ever, when I was growing up, used to harmonize with the vacuum cleaner. So, her name was Rachel Palante, and she was, bless her soul. The second one is just kind of messed up. I don't really know how this happened. Kim, I'm going to blame you because you were the verb on
I
this
said
one.
H and cookie. Okay.
Denim Dolly Parton's boobs.
Woo!
Denim Dolly Parton boobs. Okay. All right. I have to. So this is. I have to name an actual band, right? That reminds me of this. Okay. I gotta say, my friend Rachel Stacy, who I love, she's my boo. Okay, because she has blonde hair, and that girl is always immaculate, like Dolly. She will not leave her house without perfection makeup, and she is always on point, y'all. If she were a dog, she'd be a gosh darn German pointer. She'd be like,
Yes.
that is her. Denim Dolly, what? Boobs, and she's got great boobs. So there's that.
Dolly's side boob. I love it.
I live for it. The next one is the Turquoise Trucks.
Oh, that's me and my band, y'all. The turquoise.
Yes.
Look behind me. It's like turquoise and a different
turquoise.
Turquoise.
I was gonna say, didn't you just painted your merch hanger to be turquoise?
I did.
Come on with the
My daughter's
assist
causing
with a
fires.
throw pillow. Literal throw pillow.
She threw me my pillow. She's like, your whole bed's everything's turquoise. Yes. I just painted my merch like turquoise. I have issues, y'all. It makes me happy.
You're on the right podcast. You have issues.
The next one is American Okra.
That seems like something would be like Tom Petty. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah, that's not country enough. But I do free falling, so that's what came to mind. You know, like so American. Who's more American than Tom Petty? I don't know.
Oh,
American Okra. If I have to name a country band, man, that's tough, y'all.
Okra.
I don't know. I kind of want to throw off there with some Rascal Flats or something.
Yes.
Right. Also,
yes, that is
Rascal-
American Okra.
Rascal Flatts was on the list of worst country music of all time. That was on the list. Life is a Highway is a pretty objectively bad song. So also, I gotta say, like, I think this list was a little racist because they had Lil Nas X at the top, and I was like, okay, no. It was downloaded like 171 million times. It cannot possibly be worse than Life is a Highway.
Right.
Anywho, the next one is cheating big hair.
Yes.
Cheating big hair. My husband's ex-girlfriend.
Yes. They don't do music. We don't care.
Sorry, ex-husband.
Hey.
Single. Cheating big hair? Oh my gosh. I don't know any women like that in country music.
Could be a guy with big hair.
The only person with huge, I mean, I don't know.
Should have been cheating bolo top.
I mean, I would say like, you know, Tanya Tucker, you know, she's out there.
Yeah.
she's got big hair, and she's like, I don't give a crap.
Chris said Reba McEntire. Chris, she got cheated on. Chris.
Yeah. Right.
Big hair.
Reba got cheated on.
Yeah. Have you not seen her show? It's perfect.
Honestly, if anyone has not seen the TikTok of this beautiful, hilarious Black woman dancing to the Reba McEntire's TV show theme song with the tag that said "me in 6th grade," unwed, dancing to a divorce, I understand you, Reba. We all vibed hard with Reba, and we had no idea what the hell we were talking about.
Hey, you know what? Something good comes out of everything. I can finally write that cheating song. Oh,
true.
Go country. Go country.
Go. Thank you for your heartache. Thank you for your heartache.
I have the worst joke ever. I probably can't even tell it. I'm not even going to tell her. I'll tell you guys when we're off. This will be the cut.
Yeah, wait for the exclusive, and we'll tell you a bad joke about divorce.
Remind me to come back to it. Yeah.
And if you tip Pauline enough, that might happen. So fist bump and peach your way to this story. You tip her $200, she'll tell you everything. They're just like us, the stars. Okay.
Trying to figure out how to take my swimsuit off. $200.
The second to last one is smoked boots. That's Willie Nelson, right?
Delicious.
Smoked boots.
Smoked boots.
Smoked boots.
It was either that or snappy boots.
Like
smoked boots. Gonna have to go with like somebody kind of cool and like he's been in Texas music for a long time, and he's like, if it were just like boots, that's one thing, but smoked boots, I'm gonna have to go with my buddy Jack Ingram on that one.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Because I was thinking kind of literal, and I was thinking straight up Scott Collins. Because he goes by Boots Collins on Venmo, and the man smokes more weed than I've love you. I love you, Scott.
He
can just be kind of cool.
Yeah. Never has smoked any illegal substance in the state of Texas ever.
Like Matthew McConaughey is not a country singer, but he could also be smoked boots. Like, don't touch the leather, man. Oh my
exactly.
He could also be cheating big hair. I don't know.
He could be.
Yeah, could be. He could be cheating big hair. Yeah.
Or American okra. I don't know why. That one got me.
Chris just told us that on Urban Dictionary.
Pregnant pause because we're listening.
Yeah. Chris just told us that getting your boots smoked on Urban Dictionary is Urban Dictionary for really good sex.
Wow.
That's horrifying.
Getting my boots.
Oh, because you made my boots smoke. It was so hot and spicy. My boots.
Take off your shoes, Jethro. What the hell is this?
With shoes on.
No.
Take your boots off.
Oh my gosh.
Shoes bad, have your boots caught on fire. That's what it is.
You're making my Birkenstocks steam.
Don't. My Birkenstocks are right here, Kimberly. Don't do that.
Okay. Birkenstock.
This has completely gone derailed, but this is the last one, I swear.
So good. I don't care.
The last one is prickly cowgirl.
Oh,
and then I retire.
I retract my previous statement.
Yes.
Prickly cowgirl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Partially because I'm salty enough to not take any crap in the music business.
Yeah.
Amen.
Do whatever I want. I'm an independent artist. I do all of it. I don't pretend to do all of it and have like 7 people behind the scenes and lots of money. I do it all, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 kids. Now I'm a single mama. Okay. So prickly for that reason. Also because I'm so darn busy. I also do real estate. I don't have time to shave, y'all. I'm prickly cowgirl.
Yeah.
I'm like,
also,
wow,
I'll just hydrate.
Oh, no,
it's self-defense. You just
drinks wine.
My daughters, I bought them both little waxing things because they were obsessed with it. And so I actually get my legs waxed once a week. They're like, can we wax your legs?
By your children?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why you have kids, ladies.
Yeah. labor.
Free labor.
Yeah, exactly.
Free.
Sunnyside, come in here and wax my back.
Watch my TikTok. I got a facial last night from my
I
daughter.
did see that.
Yeah. It's great, man. Kids are
Oh,
great.
God. My
That's so
cat would
sweet.
never do that for me.
She just puts her butthole on here like it's OnlyFans.
Selfish
Like,
bitch.
no. Thank you so much, Pauline. This has been an absolute pleasure to interview. We're going to film some exclusive content. So if you want to see more, you're going to have to join the Patreon so you can see us, or you can follow Pauline. We're going to give her this stuff too, but mostly we just want you to come to the dark side. We don't have cookies, but we do have cat buttholes on our Patreon. So that's
I didn't realize there was a cat butthole on this microphone.
Yeah, don't do that. That's how you get.
To it.
That's how you get pink mouth or whatever the hell. We would like to thank our patrons and sponsors again for all of your support and endearing love. We thank you so much. We're going to get back to lives very soon. We are in the plottings and workings of that, so stay tuned if you want to come see us live. And thanks again to the people on Facebook, Rachel Hyatt. Specific, we love you. You're adorable. She also said, Kim, that there were too many moments to choose between how funny you were. So.
Oh, okay. Put it on the chart.
Put it on the chart. Hashtag win. And if you had a good time tonight, please consider tipping Pauline on Venmo or PayPal. It's at Pauline Reese or at live.me, Pauline Reese, and it's REESE. Make sure you don't tip somebody random. Also, there's a Pauline Reese in Michigan who's like 70. You could tip her.
Venmo, please.
She's probably watching. I've been sending her birthday cards for 4 years. It's great. She's my new BFF.
Yeah, Pauline, if you're here, we love you. We love you. And
I want to see that duet.
Yes. Honestly, though, that Willie would be like, now that has to go on the next album. That's got to be there.
I think
Pauline.
It needs to. It needs to. It's on my website, paulinereese.com, and all my tour dates with my band, everything's on the website. So
hell yeah.
Called Pauline Past and Present.
Yeah. Twitter my face snap. It's great.
Twitter my face snap.
We'll both have fun.
And we're going to definitely put some links in the bios for how you can follow Pauline and where you can support her. But thanks again. We're going to say goodbye to Facebook, and then we'll come back with some exclusive content for you. Hope you stay tuned. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.